Bang! Neeves Knives. My name is Kara, and my lovely husband Jared is not with us tonight. What a slacker, right? No, I'm just kidding. He's with his family tonight. So I figured I would take over because you guys still deserve a show, and I couldn't go out tonight. So yeah, bang Neeves Knives. Here we are. So yeah, he's out with his family tonight, and I couldn't go because, of course, I have to work super early in the morning, and I want him to be able to stay out all night and do what he wants to do. I don't want to hinder that experience. No pun intended, because they'll hinder knives. But with that said, I'm gonna take over this thing. So as you can see by the title, the topic of tonight is how to get people into EDC. I did this topic the last time that I kind of quote unquote took over a live, but it was more geared towards like, how do you get your wife or your spouse to basically like not hate your EDC habits or whatever. This time it's a comprehensive list of things that you, angles and ways you kind of, I'm not saying to manipulate people, but ways that maybe you haven't thought of, especially from the mind of a female, to get some people interested in your hobby. Because at the end of the day, when you can get a spouse or a friend or anyone around you to enjoy something you enjoy, and you can have it to enjoy together, that's like a really awesome thing. Even if at the end of the day you love it more than they do, which probably will be the case for most of us. Let me just pull up you guys over here really quick so I can see the stickers and all that stuff. Wow, I haven't done this in so long that I don't even know what I'm doing. Oh, here we go. Okay. Wow, I haven't done this in so long that I don't even echo. Okay. Jared left this place a total mess, so please bear with me because if I need to find a knife or something, it may take like a little seconds just because there's like 400 knives on the table right now. Oh wow, we already got a freaking sticker? I don't even have my bell. Boom! Thank you, Chicago. Giving me the hard eyes. Okay. Let's see. Move over, Buck Marksman. Get out the fucking way. Come on. So many knives. Jeez. There was one more thing I needed to do. What the fuck was it? Oh, yeah, I gotta turn on my light. Hold on 1 second, guys, because I started in a little bit of a panic here. Okay. Here we are. Here we go. All right. So, similar to the format Jared does, we're going to pretty much keep it EDC related for most of the time. I may or may not go as long as he typically does. We'll just kind of see how the night goes. Let's do this. Okay. So, let me get my notes because I'm a prepared ass bitch. And we're going to see how we can get some people into the EDC hobby. Okay, you can see, though, that I put the title as EDC. I didn't say knives. And damn, my hair looks crazy. And there is a reason for that. Because if you guys try to go straight in to getting, your female friend or friend in general, if you go straight to knife, it rarely is going to work unless they have a really obvious practical use for it. I've mentioned way in the past that I have, people that work for me that I've gotten into knives. But it was a lot easier because they saw me cutting our, Starbucks order open with a knife every week. And they're like, well, damn, I would rather do that than have this stupid box cutter that doesn't work. So in this case, it's a lot easier, and I just gave them a free knife. And One of the girls took off into the hobby and, you know, spent hundreds. And the other one, she has a couple knives that I've given her and she loves them and carries them, but she's not going to be the one to go like buy them. So you may get different results based off who it is. But we're going to keep it kind of geared EDC because I think that you can find some more practical use out of EDC items and kind of use it to work your way into knives. And I think most of you would probably be pretty damn happy even if you could just get your girlfriend or your wife or your boyfriend, if you're a girl, whoever, if you could just get them even into EDC and have one knife to carry, just so that they can understand a little better. What I will tell you is that I will not be able to give you any secret about not pissing your spouse off for spending too much money on knives. There is no secret to that. Money is money. If you fucking do that, you know, you're gonna have to pay the price. You know what I mean? The only way Jared gets around it is simply because he has the channel and he can be like, oh, I'm gonna sell it. It's all gonna go back in the channel, you know, so he's got that excuse. Boom! We got Chicago 23 with a nut. Oh, with the little potato-looking fucking pear guy. Is that a pear? Yeah, it's a pear. I gotta get this bell over here. Okay. All right, so number one on my list for getting a girlfriend or wife, spouse into knives is number one, do not overdo the hobby. All right. So when you're in that hobby, you're using your knives, you're flipping your knives, you're watching knife videos, and you're knife. I'm going to tell you right now, shoving knife in their face all day, every day is not just going to make them one day suddenly be like, oh, knives, no way, that's so fucking cool. It's not going to happen. Boom, we got another SOBX stoter. Should I hide a knife in the wife's purse? She doesn't want one. I will get to that, okay? I promise. There's going to be non-manipulative ways to do this, okay? Number one, though, is while you're in your hobby and she or he is not part of it, don't overdo it. That's number one, okay? When you guys get in bed and, you know, you might be hanging out watching YouTube together, don't watch knife videos at that moment, okay? Don't be sitting there over flicking the knife. You can see her going every time you flick it, but she's not going to say something. And finally she's like, could you fucking stop? You know, don't do that. You know, do it. Enjoy your hobby, but know when it's appropriate to tame it down, because you don't want to get them sick of it before you even get the chance to get them into it. You're going to turn it into an annoyance and something that they fucking hate. And then you're never going to get the chance to get them into it. So number one is don't overdo it. Damn, we got another one, Mr. Matt. Oh, I got to do that one. For those of you that don't know, I haven't been around in a while. I act out all stickers that are donated, the little guys. So just if you're tuning in, don't think I'm weird for doing this. Thank you, Mr. Matt. That probably looks super fucking weird. All right, here we go. Number two is going to be a little surprising because you might think, oh, we got to get to the knives. You know, we got to get her a knife, get her some EDC. No, number one is don't overdo it. Number two is show interest in her hobbies. Now, this is more about if you're in a relationship with somebody, maybe even a close friendship. If you are only about your hobby, it kind of goes with number one. If you're only about you and your hobby and it's all about you and you just want them to get interested in your shit, they will never turn around and be like, oh, yeah, let me just go ahead and get into knives. Like, show interest in something they like, because that might just make them show interest in what you like simply because they love you. You know what I mean? Or they're your friend or whatever. Because you showed interest in their shit, they're more likely to give your stuff a try, just out of kindness. And then in that case, they might decide, you know what? I really like this. Or, you know, at minimum, I can see myself carrying a knife. I understand why they do that. You know, I think sometimes we get a little selfish because we love this shit so much. You know what I mean? And we forget that if you're not there yet, just shoving it in someone's face and always being worried about your stuff is selfish, and it's not going to make somebody want to show interest in it because you don't care what they're doing. Why should they care what you're doing? You know what I mean? So that's number 2, show interest in their hobbies. All right, now these next items on the list are really, really, really going to be getting into more of how we're going to go about this, okay? So let's say you've done number 1, you've done number 2. You're not overdoing it in her face, and you're showing interest in her stuff. All right, you've done that. So now, how do we actually get there? This is how. Boom, Chicago. Damn. Give me that little cute face, that little embarrassed face. All right, number 3 is start with lady-friendly EDC. Okay? Now, what do I mean by lady-friendly EDC? I'm going to shock you guys here. That doesn't mean EDC in pink. All right? It's not what it means. Just because it's pink doesn't mean she's going to fucking like it. And if you go for pink and she's not a pink girl, she's going to be very insulted that you thought just because it was pink that it would work. So you gotta start there. I'm going to dive a little bit more into this, but first I'm just going to read a couple comments because I want to say hello to you guys. We got Master Racing, Q1 Beam, we got Seems Logical in the house, Brent Riley, Meg Barrow. Everybody is here. I hope you guys enjoy the topic. Jared and I have wildly different opinions on a lot of shit, which we get along super well, but we also are totally fine with having discussions, about our disagreements regarding EDC and other things. So I think, I thought it would be good for you guys to kind of get a fresh flip of something different, because at the end of the day, Jared will tell you that he knows how to get a woman into an EDC, but what he doesn't understand is that he had a woman who is very susceptible to getting into EDC. So the reasons why I was so susceptible and so easy into getting into it was because of number 1 and number 2 of what I just said. He did overdo it a little bit, but when he was watching his knife videos, he was just doing it off in the corner. And of course, if you're getting ignored by your man, that's just going to make you want to go around them more. So what did I do? I just went over and was like, what are you watching? Pretended to have interest until he showed me Birdshot and was like, hey, this is a couple. I think you'd enjoy watching them because it's like a husband and wife and like we could do this. And then I watched it and it was the video about the sheepdog. The mini sheepdog was coming out. And I was like, oh, that knife is so cute. And it worked, and he showed interest in my hobbies. He's listened to me fucking play the piano loud as shit, and video games and all the other stuff. He never strayed away from showing interest. So when it came time for me to show interest in something he liked, I wanted to. So I'm telling you, that is good advice. All right. Now, when I was saying that number 3 is start with lady-friendly EDC, and I said that means not just getting shit in pink, I'm going to tell you kind of what I mean by that. So first, you need to, and I'm going to keep saying girlfriend, wife, woman, whatever, but this could really be for anyone. I want everyone to understand that if you don't have a spouse, you're not excluded from this. This could be really anybody. And if there's kind of more of a relationship aspect to it, you can obviously apply those behaviors to a friend or, your brother or sister, whatever. This doesn't have to be spouse, but that's just kind of the angle I'm hitting it at. So just understand that, whoever. Okay, so lady-friendly EDC. And again, this could apply to anyone. So the first thing you need to do is when you're going for that first moment of like actually trying to get them into the EDC realm, don't go too hard, okay? You need to first figure out what type of person or woman are they. What I mean by that, are they a mom? Are they somebody who has a career? What is their career? Is it office related? Is it more hands-on related? Are they the type of person who travels alone a lot where they may need to come from the protective aspect? So for instance, if you're a mom, if you're the girl or person we're talking about is like a mom, you can appeal by starting off with an EDC kit that has a huge focus around safety, right? Band-aids, first aid supplies, preparedness, anything like that, because they're instantly going to see the function in it and be like, oh, yeah, if my kid gets hurt or this or that, this is so cute. I could just slide it right in my purse. It's got everything I need, and you can even get aesthetically pleasing things like, little cases and things like that that are cool, because it kind of gets them into that aspect of not only just liking the stuff, but liking to put it together and have it nice and all that stuff. Now, let's say they're more of like a career woman, and they work a lot. And if they have an office type job, and by the way, all these setups I'm talking about, you obviously want to slip in a little pocket knife in there, okay? Because that's kind of the point. Don't put a little pair of scissors in there. Put the knife in there, okay? It will get used if it's the only option. So now, if they're more of like a career woman, somebody who is working, maybe no kids, or if they have kids, whatever, but if they're working a lot, you may want to try an EDC kit that is more geared towards office supplies. So titanium tactical pen, but one that writes really well. Get the refill, set it up. Get a little leather pouch that they can bring to their desk every day that has a notebook, field book or whatever. Maybe a small knife that's office friendly, downward facing tip. Think Warncliffe, think utility type blade, because we don't want her to feel self-conscious about pulling it out in the office. That was I was just about to say that was one of my fears, but let's be real. I fucking walked up in my job like this, like day one. I swear, I didn't have that filter. But I think it's smart to, go, let's say, mini goblin, right? That's a great little office knife. It's not too intimidating. It really just has that look of like, oh, I'm a little box cutter or whatever. So that's a really great kind of setup for the career woman. Now, let's say they're a career woman like me, where, I'm managing food service and I have boxes and shit to open and this and that. You really could do, honestly, the same thing as the office career, because I still require pens, notebooks. I mean, I'm a manager, but even if they weren't, having a knife that's really good geared towards opening things, if they're in a job that requires stuff like that, is super important. And I think that's the type of person where you could gear the kit a bit more towards the knife. And when you are giving them these EDC kits or gearing them towards getting one, do not be too enthusiastic. If you're like over the fucking top, like, yeah, you need this, depending on the person, it could cause that like rebellious effect of like, don't tell me what to do. Hopefully that's not the type of relationship you're in, but I'm just saying it could happen. So, you want to come at the angle of that you just think it's a really great idea and it's something they've been missing in their life, right? Seems Logical says, Goblin can look intimidating looking, but it's a straight edge box cutter. It's that point that makes it look aggressive. Yeah, I can understand that, because when you actually hold the knife, if you actually hold the knife straight, the actual cant of the whole blade kind of makes the point stick up like this. Whereas if I, tip it down, it makes it look more box cuttery. But in reality, when it's in your hand, that point does kind of go straight out. So I can totally understand that. But I do have some really great suggestions for more office related knives. What the hell did I do with it? I just had them here. Let me grab them really quick. Sorry, guys. Oh, here she is. I found her. Okay. Here is a couple examples of the kind of thing you want to think about. We have, you guys know I'm bringing this video. The Kaiser Fire Ant. This is a really good one, because you can see as I hold the knife in my hand, that tip is down, right? That's total utility. Dirk Pinkerton designed this. It's a Kaiser Fire Ant. Dirk Pinkerton does like a lot of designs that are utility-esque like this. Also, when deciding on, a an office-y kind of friendly knife or work friendly knife, even if it's not an office, your girl may be a little intimidated to, you know, be me with this, and may not want to get in trouble or, you know, scare people or whatever. So when you're doing that and picking out the knife, also keep in mind the aesthetic part of it, because I mean, I'm just going to say it, a lot of females, if they don't really know or care about the knife itself, and they're not really interested in, you know, and caring about the quality and all the work that went into putting it together and like what it can do and how good the shit is and whatever, the look is going to be the biggest thing to them at that point. Because if they're going to care about it more than just its use, having it be cute is important. You know, why do girls buy more clothes than they need? Because they're cute. You know what I mean? It's about the accessory, the look. Even guys do that. I mean, I see Jared freaking spends 20 minutes trying to pick out the knife he wants to carry, and a lot of it doesn't have to do with just the way it looks. A lot of it has to do with a lot of it doesn't have to do with the use. A lot of it has to do with just the way it looks with his outfit and shit. So that's important. So Kaiser Fire Ant, this one I'm only halfway suggesting. This is the Concept Little Main Street. I love the shape. It's the perfect idea of what I'm talking about. I just have major issue with the liner lock in this one. It has very, very minimal liner lock access, and it's uncomfortable, and it could turn somebody off who's not already good with knives. For whatever reason, the micarta version of this did not have as bad of that issue. So maybe you just have to try it out. But the carbon fiber one for us did. So, you know, the shape is great, but I did have that issue. Another one, this one's a bit longer, but the beg letter with the new blade shape here, that downward facing kind of sheep's foot sort of deal is really good. It is a bit of a longer one, but I still don't look at this and see intimidating. Q1 Bean says, I can honestly say I've never said no, I can't carry that knife today. It clashes with these clothes. I can tell you that Jared has for sure done that. And you know what? Whatever. He's trying to, you know, get the whole thing together. And that's my point, actually, is that somebody like Q1 Bean might not give a shit about that part. So you need to know who you're working with. If you're working with somebody who cares about that aesthetically pleasing part of a knife or the EDC, play off that shit. You know what I mean? Don't go for what you like. Go for what they like. Maybe somebody like Q1 Bean cares way more about the functionality of it, so you go that route. You know, you kind of got to pick what it is that they want. Okay. Last thing really quick, the other type of person I mentioned is maybe somebody who travels a lot. But before I get to that, let me answer Seems Logical's question. Neeves, do you think that the CRKT CEO would appeal to women? It's a slim and easily concealable knife that is designed to belong in the office. Actually, yes, I do. The only thing is if your girl's left-handed like me or whoever, it's kind of, because it only has like the one thumb stud on the side. But that knife is surprisingly smooth and sleek. I think it does have that CEO look. Like, obviously, for us knife nuts, we might not think like, oh yeah, CEO, like you want to get them something good, right? You want to get them into like something amazing, and you may not think CRKT, but at this point, we just need to get it in their hands and get them using it. So in that case, if it's an office person, I would say, yeah, absolutely. The only thing I'll say is depending on the type of person we're dealing with, it may not be aesthetically pleasing to everybody. It may not appeal to that cuteness side where they're going to be like, oh my God, I never fucking knew knives could be this cool. But I do think in the right setting, it might be the type that you could get somebody to carry. The micarta on my CEO is pretty nice. Oh, you got that exclusive. I was surprised at how well CRKT did with the micarta. I was surprised how well CRKT did with the action on that knife. Now, I don't know about everyone's example, but the one that I played with one at Bass Pro Shop for 10 minutes, right? And I was like, oh, like when I flicked it out, it almost felt auto. Like, I don't know, they must have done the detent real well, because it really just, like, when I clicked it out, it had that kind of loose, smooth feeling, but it also almost felt like I was pushing a button. You know what I mean? And the other thing with the CEO is the way that it locks, or I'm sorry, it's a button lock, right? Isn't the CEO a button lock? If it is, if I'm remembering right, that's a huge, huge, huge plus for somebody who's not good with knives. The lock bar access on the CEO is bad. Jared would hate this knife. I plan on sending it to him to see how much he hates it. Ha ha ha. I didn't. It was kind of straight. I do remember that. But the lock bar itself, if I'm remembering right, oh, it is a line. Oh yeah, it is a liner lock. If I'm remembering right, I didn't think that the lock bar had a lot of access, but the way it was positioned, I felt like the meat of my thumb was easily able to catch it still. Like you couldn't put your finger straight in there and get that nice access, but I don't remember having a ridiculously horrible time with it. Q1 Bean says, even something like a dragonfly is cute without sacrificing much. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely true. And then, you know, just remember if you have somebody who is has that personality to fidget, a button lock, a compression lock, things like that may be a good investment for them, because they may get attached to the fidgetability over the use, and that would be really cool, right? Okay, so if they are a woman or friend or whoever who travels a lot, what I would suggest for like kind of a starting EDC kit would be more of the protection aspect of things, because if they're traveling alone, going places unfamiliar, I would go with, you know, a really cute pepper spray. You guys don't know, they make cute ass pepper spray, literally for women, so they can have cute EDCs. They also make concealable pepper spray that looks like an iPhone. You don't know it's, or I'm sorry, like a stun gun that looks like an iPhone. Like there's all different types of things that you can do. Tasha says, I've been showing my 12-year-old daughter all of my knives and how to open them. That is great. I think the best thing you can do, especially when getting kids or anybody into EDC, is to break the unknown aspect of it. Show them how to use it, because once they know, they're less likely to get hurt, and they're also more likely to want to use the tool if they feel comfortable with it. No one wants to feel stupid with a tool. A lot of times when I've handed people knives, they know how to open them, and then they come to me with it open and go, can you close this? And like, no one wants to feel like that. So I think showing people right off the bat is great. And also, this is going to be a bonus topic. If you get to the point where you have a knife in someone's hand, right, and they're getting to that point of using it, do not ever make them feel stupid for not knowing how to do something. If they don't know how to close the knife, if they are using two hands, whatever it is, you need to respond in a way that is like, everybody goes through that. Like, oh yeah, no problem. And then, you know, you like Jared would show me and be like, you see this bar right here? Like he would get the liner lock and be like, or frame lock, whatever. And he'd be like, you know, you see this bar right here? That is holding up the blade. So when it's here, it can't come down. So what you need to do is move that bar out of the way, and then the blade can come down. And he would show me in that way, so that not only did I know how to do it, but I was also understanding the mechanics completely. I've been told Spyderco is easy for longer nails. Like a compression lock? I'm trying to think back. I feel like, okay, wait, because I'm left-handed, though. That's not fair. I don't know that I agree with that. I feel like when I've had longer nails, that when I go to do the compression lock, what happens is that my nails are very short right now from working in food service. They are supposed to be, but if my nail is long and I go to squeeze this, it gets caught up on this part, in my opinion. Now you can kind of bend your finger like when you do it and like have your finger more bent up, but I would not say easier, especially left-handed. Your thumbnail completely catches this when you go down to do it if you have long nails. I actually had the easiest time, obviously, with button locks, but the easiest thing I've had a time with when I've had long nails is frame locks that have good access, meaning that, you know, like something like the Spyderco Techno, where there's a scoop out of the way, because when you do it, you don't need to go nail first like this where it can get caught on stuff. You can go completely sideways with your thumb, and you don't have to bend your thumb forward a lot, if you have to bend your thumb forwards to get in there, that's where your nail blocks you from getting deep enough into the liner lock. So something like the Techno 2 is great, which I guess is a Spyderco. I just don't know if I would say compression locks are better for long nails. And great point. That's also something to think about when thinking about knives for a female. That totally changes the game. That's why I'm honestly going to be like button lock, button lock, button lock. I don't care what button lock you get, but I think button locks are such a good starting thing. The wherever the hell, I don't have it right here, the swag sway back, I apologize, I don't have it to show. Swag sway back, Real Silk Griffin, which I know they're discontinuing, Tangram Vector. There's so many button locks that like are great just to get someone started. Neeves knives. Have you seen the CME from OCD for ECD? It's a cool attachment for compression locks so you don't have to put your finger inside. Yes, I have. Great invention. Great for lefties. Great for everybody. He's going to make bank. I think that is such a good idea. Seems logical said, I don't know if button lock is legal in all states. There's states where button locks are illegal? For what? It's not auto. The only thing I don't like about the Tangram Vector is that fucking regrind, yo. I did give my Tangram Vector, speaking of this whole thing, I gave my Tangram Vector to one of my girlfriends at work. It's her first knife. She named it Button Lock Betty. And, yeah, she loves that thing because it's fucking easy to use. And she doesn't feel stupid using it. And she feels cool holding the button being like, whew, you know what I mean? Like, it gets them into that stuff. Gravity knives. Oh, Tasha, you need to get you a button lock. I am telling you that they are great. And I don't know why the fuck the industry doesn't make more. Like, I feel like I'm not the only one that says this, but yet nobody wants to make a fucking button lock. And then Savivi comes out fucking, oh yeah, we're going to make an Elementum button lock. And I'm sitting here thinking like, that's the greatest idea ever. It's like the EDC knife of the fucking year. And they're going to put a damn button on that bitch. And then what the fuck happens? You guys know what happened. You have to fucking use the button to open it too. So I'm sitting here like an idiot. Just like, I think it was good in its own right, but I was disappointed. All right, let's get on to number 4. All right, number 4 is going to be appeal to function. Okay, every single person that you may be getting into EDC or knives is going to have different functions in their life. We talked a little bit about work, traveling, stuff like that, but that was more about getting to know the person and who they are. Now, appealing to function is going to be a blanket statement, meaning this is something that's going to work for pretty much every female. All right? So a lot of times females, if they know anything about EDC at all, they hear it and they think man's world, right? Watches, leather shit, weapons. And they kind of just think like, I'm not going to be an EDC person because I don't do all that shit, right? But what they don't know, and what we are really shitty about letting people know from this community, is that EDC can be fucking anything that you carry every day, right? It doesn't have to just be a knife and a pen, right? Or a flashlight. Those are all great things and they're on my list, but I'm going to share with you guys some other EDC things that appeal to function, right? And if you can get these things in a nice little sweet kit, make it look all cute, I'm telling you, it's going to appeal, especially to the moms. Like having the functionality for things, for safety and stuff like that. It's a really, really great way to appeal to that part, the functionality part of them, the logic part of them. All right, so pens is an obvious one. Tweezers, right? Tweezers is a really, really good one. There's a lot of reasons why a female or whoever could use tweezers. Splinters. Literally, I don't know that they'd use them to tweeze their eyebrows, but if you had a stray one, and you were an emergency, I guess you could, use it to fix your eyebrows or whatever. You get something under your fingernail, whatever. Like tweezers do a lot, right? Here's one that a lot of people don't consider. A Tide stick. All right. for those of you that don't know what that is, I'm sure most people do, but the Tide stick is the little orange stick that has Tide like stain remover detergent in it. So if you get a little stain on your shirt, you pull it out, it looks like a white marker, and you like draw it on it and it takes the stain away or helps prevent it from soaking in. That is something you could put in an EDC kit, and like let this person or female or whoever know, like, oh, that's EDC? Yeah, it is EDC. Put that bitch in a little cute little glitter pouch, and yeah, that's fucking EDC. They could also include makeup in their EDC, but little like nail scissors. I would recommend probably not putting the little scissors, first aid scissors in the kit. If you really want to get them into knives, I would leave the knife as the only option for cutting, because I feel like if scissors are available, that's what people will go to if they're not used to knives. So in somewhat of a manipulative way, I would make sure that the knife is the only available option for cutting things. A notebook is another obvious one. Now, here's one I looked into, and you guys are going to want to listen up for this one, because this one fucking blew my mind. There is, and some of you may know, but there is such a thing as a little EDC elevator key. And what it is, it's a little piece of metal. It looks very similar to like a flat pry bar multi-tool sort of thing. And yeah, carry some Narcan. There you go. I could have used that back in the day. But yeah, so a little elevator key. And what it does is if you ever get stuck in an elevator, it actually is like a universal key that you could use to help you get out. Like, that's fucking awesome. Do you hear a buzzing sound? Is it because I have the computer plugged in? It might be. Yeah, which I think stuff like that is so cool, and giving something like that, right, to a female or anybody, that's going to make them automatically feel safe. I feel like getting trapped in an elevator is a lot of people's fear, and they can be like, oh, this is EDC? Like, I didn't know this shit existed. You know, the little cute flashlights, anything like that is really cool. I think it was because I had the computer plugged in. I unplugged it. Another really cool one is they make a little metal object. It looks like a pen, and it extends like an antenna, like an old school radio antenna. And there's a magnet at the end of it, and what it is it's for if you drop something in between the seat of your car, if you drop your keys, and you could use that item to pick it up. That's another great functionality. Boom! We got two. Wait, why is this not dinging? There she goes. Lacey Marie, going to watch fireworks. Love you. You have done a great job tonight. Happy 4th, y'all. Have fun, Lacey. Enjoy the fireworks. Hopefully they don't scare your new cat. And then we got Zach Stuff with American flag, American flag, American flag, American flag, American flag. Yes, happy almost 4th of July, guys. Obviously, I know I didn't do a 4th of July themed stream, but I really wanted to take the opportunity of me being here to really hopefully share some stuff that you don't always get to hear in the world. But yeah, absolutely happy 4th of July. I'm very happy to be sitting here, you know, today in this country, and I'm grateful for everybody in the past, in the present, who, you know, has kept us safe, who's done the things they need to do to keep our rights available to us and to keep this country free. And all I can hope is that we can, you know, in future years continue, you know, to be able to remain a country that stands on its rights and its values. And, you know, I'm very grateful to be here. We got another one. Blood Clown. I bought illegal fireworks to enjoy tomorrow. You know what? That's what 4th of July is all about. Breaking the law to blow shit up. To honor your country. I love it. All right. Let's see here. Okay. All right, y'all. Oh, God, you guys. You're so sweet. Got one from Meg Barrow. Love to see you hosting. Great topic, girl. Happy 4th. Thank you so much, Meg. All right, so let's do number 5. Number 5 is going to be to appeal to the feminine side of your spouse. So that is going to be to make an effort to make it make sense, right? So it touches kind of on everything we've talked about and wraps it up in a nice little bow. Make sure you make it make sense. Do not go out and get some EDC shit that you would like. Don't go get, you know, shit that you would use. Go out, get the shit, make it make sense, and make it thoughtful. Like you really thought about this for her, right? Make it a gift. Really, really go into it. Find, you know, an EDC pouch, put the knife in it, put a couple other things, Tide stick, you know, those little things I talked about that are maybe different that they don't know could be EDC. And then maybe leave some space and be like, hey, you know, I got this for you. It's got this. You can use it for that and this and that. And if you look over here, it even has a spot for you to put, you know, some emergency tampons maybe, or, you know, some makeup, you know, make it make sense for the person. You know, if they're an outdoorsy person, get a fire starter, you know, do that shit, make it make sense for them, because they're going to appreciate it and be way more likely to use it if they feel like it was really meant for them and not meant for you. All right, boom. Havoc Zero, thank you so much. I said we, it's just me. I really appreciate the donation. And Blood Clown, ding, 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 bell time. Oh, shit. It's motherfucking Breeze. Excellent job, Monster Racing 38. It's a rare sight. More likes than viewers. Okay. Next, we have number 6. If your girl or person, whatever, is not so much feminine, then maybe they're more of a creative person, okay? If the person we're talking about is more of a creative person, you want to appeal more to the color aspect and the customization aspect of knives. And oh, that was such a sad bell. Bell time. Thanks, Blood Clown. Yeah, trolling with money. I've never seen that happen, but that's okay. Yeah, so basically if they're a creative person, you want to appeal, you know, more to colors, customization, aesthetics, things like that. So know who we're dealing with here, right? If she's like a Virgo organization type person, right? Like really, really neat and tidy, type A, type of beach, then what you want to do is, you know, focus more on the pouch, the purses, the organization aspect of it, and that's going to really kick off that fetish to get right into it. Holy shit, guys. Bell, bell, bell. Havoc 10 and Blood Clown again. Thank you guys so much. Holy shit. Oh, you guys are really awesome. That's really cool. It's always crazy when people donate because, you know, I don't know. I just don't expect it. Thank you so much. Tasha says, my husband is not as into it. I asked questions about his current knife to get him a new one. He wanted a lighter and kept taking my mini grip, got him a mini bug out. Yeah, I think that you're going to find some people are not as into necessarily the content surrounding EDC, right? They may utilize it, have one or two knives and stuff like that, but they may not like get as deep in, and that is actually one of my very last points is don't force it. All right? If it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. But with that said, I think that there's some ways to exist in a world where you don't share a hobby with somebody. Okay, Havoc 10 and Blood Clown again. One more time, bell time. You guys are going to make anyone with headphones go deaf. But with that said, I think there's definitely a way to exist in a world where maybe the person just really is never going to get like into EDC in the way where they're going out and buying and like really getting into it. But I think that if you do the things I said, you know, not overdoing it, appreciating their hobbies, appealing to their senses and their personality to where you're really getting it for them and not for you, that's going to really do something. And at least you're going to be in a world where they can understand the EDC, which is the most important thing. Even if they don't get balls deep, they understand it because they have their little pouch they use, right? Or whatever it is. Oh, fucking fuck. Blood Clown, Havoc 10. Are you guys coordinating this? How do you keep doing it at the exact same time? Are you guys coordinating it? This is a conspiracy. I can tell. Something's going on here. What do you think, Douglas? All right, so that kind of wraps up my little speech on getting your girls in your life, your friends, your foes, whoever the fuck, into the realm of EDC. And I'll say one more time, I think it is way more important to get into EDC. The knives, slip the knife in there, work your way from there. Holy fuck, you guys! Blood Clown hit. I never know how to say your name. Sabox Scooter. I'm in on this. Bail. Havoc 1-0. Nope. One more time. Blood Clown. I don't even know what that is. Okay, cool. Okay, Blood Clown. Bell. You guys are making me blush. Stop it. Stop. Okay, 1 minute knife review. I have. Wait. See, oh, is that to seems logical? A knife is a knife. I guess I could let her use a bad knife, but there's something just wrong about that. Uh-oh. For those of you not watching the chat, Jared may or may not have realized that I'm doing this. He did not know that I was going to be doing this. He didn't even put it together when he saw me writing in a notebook and watching EDC videos to come up with these thoughts. And now he might be mad or happy. We don't know, but the point is he was not aware of this. Boom! Zach Stuff coming in with a big 10-piece. What is the sticker? Oh my god, you motherfucker. Alright, y'all, I gotta act it out. It is like a cheerleader doing a fucking herky or whatever. Oh my god. This is not cool, man. I'm gonna hurt myself. Okay, gotta do it. It's for the channel. I'm wearing tight pants. This isn't fair. So my legs are not gonna go as high as hers. I need you to understand that. I wasn't prepared. I didn't stretch. Okay? I don't have fucking pom-poms. Oh my god, I'm gonna kick something. Woo! Thank you, Zach. $10. Acting out the sticker. Damn it, we got Blood Clown hitting the bell. You guys are making this stream so unentertaining for anyone listening because they're just hearing ding and me saying thank you. But that's okay because I fucking love you guys. All right. Don't worry, 1 minute knife review. I will not hurt myself, but I am dedicated. I made a promise I would act out every sticker. It's the little fucking thing I do, so I'm gonna do that shit. I've acted out way worse ones in the past. Somebody gave me that sticker multiple times where like the little guy falls out of the fucking computer chair. I did that shit, and I fell hard. Woo! Oh my god, another bell. What the fuck is going on, Sabak Scooter? I always want to say your name S-Bucks because it looks almost like the NASDAQ version of Starbucks. So I keep like seeing it like that. Oh my lord. Havoc. And again. You guys are taking over my stream. And I don't fucking appreciate it. But I'm also thankful. Alright guys. So let's go ahead. Let me take a hit because I'm stressed out from all these donations. You flew a rocket in the room. I did. I at one point made a fucking paper rocket and flew on it. Oh my lord. Natalie Neeve, this is from your hubby. So that is a donation from Jared through his cousin, Natalie. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Jared. Yeah, I really didn't want to let the show go away just because Jared, was going to go see family tonight. For those of you that don't know, that is what he's doing. Of course, I got to be at work bright and early, so I can't have no fun. But I'm here having fun with you guys. Oh, Blood Clown. Boom! Thank you. Jared, go in the room where she is streaming and do something funny. So, yeah, Jared is not even near me at all. I think he's actually probably in Wisconsin. So, he's not here. You missed Tasha and Havoc, Kara. Wait, what? Did I miss a donation? Is that what you're saying? I missed Tasha and Havoc? Oh, boom! Tasha! My turn. Thanks for hosting tonight. And I missed another Havoc. I'm just gonna ring the bell and say fucking thank you, Havoc. Thank you, Blood Clown. Thank all you guys. You beat. Oh my god, Blood Clown. Great. Well, ring the damn bell again. Oh man, you guys are really too kind. I was not expecting this level of kindness, but I really appreciate it. Havoc10 says, "Hey, he's not there, but do something funny anyway." So I'm gonna take a breath from the donations here, and I'm gonna try to continue the stream slightly normally. All right, so the next thing that we're going to talk about, we're gonna still continue talking knife EDC type shiz till about 9 o'clock, and then in true Jared fashion, I will switch the topic. I'm probably not going to tell a story per se, but I think we can kind of switch the topic, you know, really make it about me interacting with you guys a bit more. Oh my lord, bring it again. Thank you, Blood Clown. I have never been so fucking trolled by donations, but like I don't know what to do with it, you know what I mean? Because you're kind of fucking spamming the chat. But you're supporting me with your spam, so thank you. All right, let's go ahead and move on and get to the next topic, which is gonna be my opinion on knives. And not just knives in general, but I have a few things that I want to touch base on and maybe explain some of my unpopular opinions on knives, because I certainly have a few. And I think just to preface that some of these unpopular opinions I have, Blood Clown, I get the spam and no mute. Yeah, I'll allow money spam. That's fair. You're supporting the channel, so I can't be thankful enough. Scooter, don't ding the bell. Don't ding the bell. You have to ding that bell. What? Am I stupid? I don't get it. I ring the bell though, so thank you. All right, guys. So, my first unpopular opinion is, and some of you may have heard some of these opinions before, but I am gonna get a chance to kind of explain them a little more. So, one of my unpopular opinions is that I'm not fond of the Sabenza. The small nor large, the left-handed nor right-handed. I have had a chance to try probably 3 or 4 variations of it, and I am not a fan. And I'm going to share with you my reasons why. Please don't freak out, okay? Because I'm not saying that I don't understand why people like it. I'm just saying that, like, it's never going to be a knife that I would spend the money on. Do not unsubscribe. All right, but first, let me just start by laying it out on the table. I totally understand the smooth groove of it, all right? I get it. I get, like, it feels good, right? I get the slow roll. I get that it's not a flicker. I get that it's not like a bang knife. I know you can do it, but it's kind of a sin, right? Havoc10 says, I'm not a fan of the Spenza either. Thank you for the donation. I have come in contact with a couple people before that agree with my opinion. The couple things that I do like about it is I do enjoy the way that it feels when you do that glassy smooth open. Although I think the issue here is that I was hyped up on the Sabenza way too much. And when I finally got one, I was expecting it to feel like butter moving across a hot pan, right? And I just kind of like, I don't know, I just sort of felt like it just felt like a knife that was too tight. You know what I mean? Like, I totally understand. I get it. Like, I do get it. But to me, it does just kind of feel like a knife that's a little too tight. All right. Sobex Scooter. Oh, thank you. Thank you for explaining that. And thank you for the donation. We got Blood Clown. Okay, this is my last donation. I burned out a slight hole in my pocket too to this, but it's worth every penny, and constantly interrupting your stream was fun. I'm going to get off for the night. Well, that is a crazy exit if I've ever seen one. Thank you so much, Blood Clown. Honestly, that shit means so much to me. You guys have no idea. I'm happy that I'm able to continue the stream and you guys aren't all leaving because I'm not Jared. You know, it's not often that I do things alone anymore due to my job and stuff. So I definitely appreciate it. It means a lot to me. We have Chicago 23 with the fucking fox with the hearts. And yeah, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. There's nothing more that I can say, but then thank you. Like it makes me feel fucking warm and fuzzy inside. All right, so back to the Sebenza. One of the other things I dislike is the chalky texture of the titanium scales when there is not inserts. I am not a fan of that chalky texture. My disdain for chalky textured titanium is the equivalent to Jared's disdain for no liner lock access. I fucking hate chalky titanium. There are knives Jared will put in my hand and I'll be like, hey. Like, I hate it. I fucking just don't like it. It's like a texture anxiety with me. I don't like it. I developed it across many years and I fucking hate it. Boom! Chicago, I almost said Chicago 23 because he's donated so much. Mr. Met with the fist bump. Thank you. Yeah, so I do not like fucking chalky titanium. I know that, like, I'm sure I could find one with the right inserts that didn't feel like shit or whatever, but, like, I just don't like the standard chalky fucking titanium. Somebody said, Sobek Scooter said, I think Sebenza 31 has a hard detent. This particular one doesn't. This particular one is like, I feel like, could I? Yeah. Not that strong. If I can get it out like that. It's not this particular example. Like, every example is different. I don't think that we can ever talk about knives across the board, and that's one of the issues I see with knife reviews, to be honest with you, is that there can be differences in examples, and I do think that's kind of fucked up on the knife company's part. Like, I do feel like that they should be putting out a consistent product, but the fact of the matter is, especially when you start getting into handmade stuff too, is that or really low quality stuff, obviously, is that sometimes you can get a different result from a different knife. So sometimes, you know, you have to keep in mind with reviews and or people's opinions that it may not be the same for your knife. Oh, Havoc10 with the cute little embarrassed face. That's how I feel when I get these donations. I'm like, ee. Because it makes me happy. All right, Havoc10. I'm out too. Gotta go. Love you guys. Thank you so much. You warmed my heart tonight, and I hope you have a wonderful 4th of July. Okay, other issues with the Sebenza. Cone-shaped thumb stud. I really dislike, if I can get it to show up, okay, that cone-shaped thumb stud, right? It's very fucking pointy, and if you have a Sebenza that does have a tighter detent or a tighter feel, it just is stabby and uncomfortable. My thumb is throbbing from the stud. I don't know why, but that sounds sexual. But I understand what you mean. It's very pointy. It's I don't know, I just don't like one of the things I do find okay is the access to the frame lock. I think the frame lock is smooth, easy to move over. It's still strong feeling, still a little tight feeling, but like it's easy. It's not over the top. But I'm not that damn fond of the closing action. It just is boring. Not everything has to be drop shutty, okay? I'm not saying that, but like, it doesn't have as glassy of a feel on the close as it does on the open, in my opinion. I think that overall, it just is a knife that feels strong and sturdy and reliable, which to me, that's what I've always said about the Sebenza. I understand it in the context of being a really reliable work knife, but not a huge fan of the blade shape either. I'm totally a downward tip person, like all day long. And so for me, it's not the one. It's not the one, guys. I know it's an unpopular opinion, but I just it doesn't hit home. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Another unpopular opinion that I have is that I don't mind the FRN on the Griptilians. Now, I know that if I had the option, if like let's say every knife was the same price, right? Oh, and this goes for the bug out as well. I don't mind the FRN on the mini Griptilian or the bug outs. Now, if all knives were Benchmade knives were the same price, I would totally probably choose the G10, which I know kind of fucks my whole point up. However, being that money doesn't grow on trees and I can't afford a fucking $200 G10 knife, I'm okay with the FRN. Do I think it's overpriced? Absolutely. But for what the knife is, I actually kind of appreciate its grippy texture, and it's done in a way that G10 kind of can't have. When G10 is textured like this, it almost has that feel of almost like catching your skin, that sort of like super sticky texture. And there's something about the plastic texture that I just kind of like for like dirty jobs. Like this is the knife that I bring as like my knife that goes through hell. You know what I mean? Like this is the one that gets its ass whooped, like going through nasty shit, because having it be FRN almost makes me not care as much, I guess you could say. And so I kind of like having some knives that I'm okay with like that. Same goes for the bug out, but for a different reason. I fucking really appreciate the FRN on the bug out for the weight, because that's what it was intended for. Benjamin Kim with a donation, the fist bump. Thank you so much, Benjamin Kim. I really appreciate that. Thank you for being here tonight. I'm like blown away by the amount of donations tonight. Like it's literally blowing my mind. Talika says, I'm like this with my Hinder Slicer XM18. That's my work, bitch. Yes. And I know FRN isn't necessarily the strongest pick. Like, I'm not going to take a bug out and, start bending the scales in a prying situation. I think you need to know your knife. I get so fucking frustrated when people go take an FRN knife, shove it in something, pry it, and go, look at this piece of shit. Yeah, they never fucking said it was meant for that. That's like taking a hammer and trying to use it as a spoon and being like, this fucking spoon sucks. Like, yeah, it's not a spoon, you fucking idiot. It's a hammer. You're supposed to hammer nails with it. You fucking I don't know. It just drives me nuts. So my point is that I loved the fact that the bug out, I could throw on a pair of gym shorts, like loose kind of gym shorts, put it in the pocket, and it didn't pull my fucking pants down, right? There's not a lot of knives that do that in a way that's unnoticeable. Even the Griptilian has enough weight in it where I can like feel it. If I have like loose pockets or something like that, I can feel it. And I like with the bug out, if I threw it in there clipless, like just in my pocket, couldn't feel it at all. And if I put the clip on there, I really couldn't tell it was there. And like that's cool. Like we switched our bug out scales, and I honestly was kind of sad. Like I was sort of getting used to the idea of it being FRN, and like typically I'm not an FRN bitch, so don't get me wrong, but like for the Benchmade Griptilian and the Benchmade bug out, I'm totally okay with the scales. My one gripe is that I wish it was cheaper. Let me read some comments here. Scooter's leaving. Scooter, thank you so much for all the donations. Have a great night. Tell your mom I said hi. John says the ability to mill textures into FRN affordable through molding gives unmatched comfort and usability without costing a fortune. I absolutely agree, John. Now, to contradict myself, what I will say is that I do think that now we'd have to look into the profit margins of these materials in relation to specific companies like in the US or whatever. But I do wonder if G10 is really that much more to manufacture than FRN, or if because they understand that the texture of FRN feels cheaper, that maybe they are just making G10 more expensive and raising the profit margin on it just simply because they can, and they're almost putting a demand on it for being more luxurious over FRN, and they're almost creating that environment to make us feel like it's better because it's more expensive. Now, I know it's better based off strength. I'm not dumb. I get that it's better than FRN, like G10 as far as strength goes and durability. But as far as the profit margin on the actual materials goes, when they make it, how much they charge for it, do they really need to charge as much more as they do? Does Benchmade really need to go from $99 to like $140 for the mini grip in G10? I don't really know that G10 is worth that much more. You know, that's my thing with it, is the pricing in the knife market is frustrating. And one of my issues is that we fucking create it. We pay for it. And I get it. When you want something, you want it, right? But we drive the supply and demand of the market. So when we sit there and are willing to pay $160 for a regular size griptilian with fucking regular G10 on it and 154 cm or whatever the fuck they were doing it in, S30B, I don't know, it depends on which one you get, right? But point is that if you're willing to pay for it, they're gonna keep charging that for it. And I know if you see it and you want it, you want it. But at some point, we have to, as a community, look at certain things and say, I love it. It looks awesome. But that shit is fucking overpriced. And I'm not going to get, fucking fucked over for a knife. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go somewhere else. I'm going to find something that's reasonably priced. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't understand that USA manufacturing costs more. The cost for that is different. I'm willing to pay that cost. But what I'm saying is that if the cost between FRN and G10 is $40, we have to at some point say, no, fuck you, Benchmade, not going to do it. And then eventually, if they quit selling it, they're going to lower the price. They will have to, because it's better to have, half of a watermelon than 100% of a grape, right? It is. They would rather sell, some of the item than only sell one, fucking G10 one for more money. It's going to be better for them ultimately to lower the price and sell more. But the fact of the matter is they sell them either way. And that's why they stay the price they stay. Butterfly supposedly has better customer service than Spider. I have never dealt with either of their customer service, so I cannot speak on that. Unionize now! No more knife ripoffs, says 1 Minute Knife Review. Yeah, I totally agree. I love the Kaiser Land. Bought it right after Jared's review. Why do I not know what the Kaiser Land is? I think that was one of the ones that he probably handed me one day when I was in the middle of playing a game and did not pay attention, and I should have, and I'm going to look it up right now so I can see what it looks like. Oh, she cute as fuck, boy! Oh, that micarta. Wait, I don't remember this. Was his like frag pattern micarta? It must have been regular because I do not remember that frag pattern micarta at all. I do not remember that whatsoever. Interesting. That's a really, really, really cool knife. I wonder if they're ever going to make that in like titanium. I think that would be a really cool, like if they did frag pattern titanium on the same thing. I'm on Knife Center now. $69. Man, Kaiser does the damn deal. I really have to say, they really, really, really do. Blade length 3.3, overall length 8 inches, and 690. Okay, so it's a full-size knife. I don't know if they make a mini version or not, but that is pretty cool. I will say the midi Adamas is worth the money. Why don't I know any of these fucking knives? Mini Adamas. Oh, the Benchmade. Okay. I never, isn't this an auto or no? No? Hey, it's on sale right now. So you think it was worth the price. This is a pretty expensive one. Where the fuck did it go? Oh my god, these gold class knives, man, they really fuck people on those. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know why it like disappeared when I clicked on it. Oh, Kershaw, look at all the I'm sorry, I'm like shopping. Let me stop. I'm over here shopping and shit. Yeah, so I don't really like the way that Adamas looks. It's a little too tactical. I think it's like part of the black class or whatever that one class is of Benchmade knives. Cue ball, Kara sent you guys a package. Oh, very cool. Well, if you sent it, I'm sure we will receive it. Thank you so much. You like the Adamas, John, mostly because it's so strong, solid, and smooth functioning. Okay, that statement you said right there totally describes the Sebenza and what I appreciate it for, but everything else I just don't like it for. So I can understand. I probably would feel the same way about the Adamas. I could probably appreciate it for what it's worth, but just not my type of knife. Okay, let me grab something real quick, y'all. Hold on one moment. Okay. We are gonna do, because I haven't been here in a while, and for those of you that have come around after my more consistent presence, one of the things I used to do in the live a lot is play some sort of a game, something to interact with you guys. And it is getting towards 9 o'clock, so we are going to do that soon. We're going to check out some of these cards. They're from a pack called Impossible Decisions. It's just a kind of funny shit, to start a conversation, kind of a would you rather sort of deal. But before we do that, I want to just kind of open up the floor for any knife related or non-knife related questions for me. I feel narcissistic whenever I say like, hey, who has questions for me? Because I feel like, does anyone really give a fuck what I have to say? But I do want to open up the floor because a lot of times you guys don't get to hear from me. So I think it would be nice if you have the opportunity. Yeah, you guys have not been killed off in a long time. And I think it's so funny because the OG stream watching people always remember how I used to kill you guys. I was so good at it. It's been a minute though. Those things take some work. Like when I write those, like what I would do for those of you that don't know is I would write these choose your adventure things. I'd come on the live and I'd sit there and be like, all right, you guys are in a zombie apocalypse and you have a Benchmade this, or that, and whatever. Pick one. And they'd have to pick one. And then it'd go to the next thing. Oh, you run into this guy on the side of the road. Are you going to bring him with you? And I would do this whole thing. And no matter what you did at the end, you died. And it was just, I didn't even mean to do it like that at first. It was just how I was ending them because they had to fucking end, right? So they just ended in death always. Okay, so let's see. I did see a question from Brandon Gavin. What is your favorite knife, Kara? I think that that's a loaded question because I don't think anyone has a favorite knife because it's hard to pick. But I'm not gonna have a fucking panic attack like Jared over picking my favorite knife. I'm just going to tell you probably what my currently most used is. Lately, my currently most used has been this new mini bag letter with the what would you call this, a sheep's foot thing? Sheep's foot utility mesh. I really like this one. It's a good size. It's a good shape. It's sharp. To be fair, I have Jared sharpening all my knives, so I mean, I guess it's not fair to say if it's sharp or not because like he sharpened it. But the micarta on this is really, really, really beautiful, and I'm probably not gonna be able to get it to focus because I am not good at this. But it's a beautiful, beautiful knife. The micarta feels great. You can see all the dust on the blade because I brought it to work today. I need to clean it. It's a good price. I'm honestly a big Kaiser fan, and like I didn't realize it, but like I just keep falling into Kaisers, and every Kaiser I get, I love. If it's a small Kaiser, if it's a small Kaiser, I love it, you know. But seriously, it's just it's my fave. Modified drop point reverse tanto. There's no such thing as a reverse tanto. People always say that, and it drives me nuts because I know what you mean when you say reverse tanto, but people are so fucking sassy. Neeves Knives, Kara, did you or Jared own a stacked leather handled knife? And if so, do you guys like that as a handle material? You would be referring to a fixed blade, right? I don't think I've ever heard of a folder that has that. If you are talking about fixed blades, or folders, I don't think so. What specifically is stacked leather? I don't know that I know exactly what that is. If you can tell me that, I will answer your question. Kaiser and Tucson are my favorite at the moment. Okay, I like Tucson. I think I like Kaiser better. I feel like some of Tucson's designs, even though the designs are really unique, I feel like their materials are so fucking repetitive. They always do plain, carbon fiber, plain, with a splash of carbon fiber, plain titanium, carbon fiber. Cool. I love it. You can customize it. I think it's great for people who are getting into ano and stuff like that. But for me, like, I just kind of feel like I'm always looking at the same knife with just a different shape. I think their designs are unique. I love night morning designs. There's a couple other designers on there that I think are great. They work with Tucson a lot, but like for me, I love them every time I hold them. There's something more unique and a bit more like love and care, I feel like, put into the Kaisers. I don't know. That's just how I feel. Okay, stacked leather is like what the K-bar uses, and it's usually on a fixed blade. Was going to donate a knife to the channel, and that's the premium material they offer. Yeah, no, we don't have one at all. That, obviously, I would assume we'd like it because I know that I personally love leather anything, and so does Jared. Like, leather is one of those materials that's just like dope. It's kind of like my Carta in the way where it ages and personalizes in a really awesome way. It's comfortable, it's strong. Like, I don't know. I love leather, so I'm sure that we would love anything with stuck leather. Dino Ann, what's up, girl? What up, boy? Freedom Fox, thanks. I'll look it up. I love my Martech AAA and copper. I like copper a lot. Copper anything is really great. I'm gonna move this light for a second, guys. I'm so sorry to get up again, but it's like killing my eyeballs. Okay, I'm back. Did you miss me? Okay. Talaga. I think it's made by Martech. Same lights, I believe. Oh, you guys are talking about lights. Okay. Leather boots, too. Those are the best. Yes, I love leather jackets, leather boots. I don't know if you guys remember, we kind of helped get a company out there called Andar. They're a leather company, Andar. And they do really dope leather stuff. Like, if you are into leather EDC anything, like, oh my god, their stuff is so good. Here, I will let me show you here. No, I'll go bigger again. Come back. Nah. Okay, there we go. Okay. No, go away. Okay. So Andar, they make all sorts of leather goods, right? So they have, if you can see here where I'm pointing, they have this capsule for AirPods. It's like a charger from $30. And these are all like really nice premium leathers. Like, they're kind of soft feeling, like, when you got good leather. I love this iPhone case. And the cool thing about the iPhone case is that it comes, yes, they're showing it right here. It comes in different colors. So they have this stained blue leather, which is so fucking cool. They also have the lighter, like a lighter kind of tan color. It looks like they're sold out for some of them. They're really, really cool. They make a full-on iPad case, a MacBook case. I think they do make some non like Apple product cases as well. But the thing I wanted to show you guys was this backpack for women. On the topic of getting women into EDC, this is a great start. I know it's just a purse, but it's a really, really beautiful purse. It looks like they have maybe a smaller version or something that's a little bit on sale, but originally they're like $229. And they do allow payments, like you can do like the 4 payment thing if you can't, do $229 at once. But oh my god, these pop-ups are really gonna drive me nuts though. But the bag itself is really nice. It can fit a full computer in it. You can see it has like pockets in it. And like I can just tell the leather is like beautiful and soft and just would age well. This right here, oh my god, this looks like it's new. I freaking want this, you guys. Holy shit. This is amazing. It's a wallet that comes with a lanyard. Oh, I love that. I am so sorry that I'm just like shopping right now. And it's a 4th of July sale. What? Oh my goodness. I really, really love that. See, this is what I'm talking about, you guys. This is the shit that I'm talking about. If you can get your girl or whoever the hell you want to get into EDC, start them off with EDC stuff. I'm telling you, this little wallet with the lanyard is amazing. And it's $40 for like a nice leather thing. And look at this one. Over here, they make another one with like that. I like the one with the button better. I think it's cuter, but damn. Lacey, I'm back and a little tipsy, but got great pics for Instagram. Haha. I feel like fireworks are really, really hard to get good pictures of. Okay. Take care, John. Have a good night. Doing paperwork, so if I miss comments, sorry. That is okay. One knife review. Oh, shit! Havoc! He's back. Any bets after the stream? Kara orders that wallet. You know what? I cannot order the wallets, and I'm sad to say, I'm not doing a pity story right now, so please don't take this wrong. But Jared is in the process of we're trying to get him new teeth. Fuck, it's expensive. And when he went most recently, they actually, I don't know if I think he did do a live after this, so like forgive me if he already told you guys this, but they actually had to like chisel and break his like bone in his nasal cavity to be able to get the tooth out, and it caused like issues where like it was gonna cost more money, and then he was supposed to get like a temporary tooth and he had to pay for it and it didn't fit, so like we paid for some shit he didn't get, and like it's just thousands of dollars, and there's no fucking way in hell I could spend $50 on a wallet right now. It's not happening. As much as I would love to order it, not the time. This fucking dentist literally drained our savings. So, but the thing is that for Jared and I, and he's told a lot of stories where we've come from, like even though getting these teeth is literally going to bleed us dry, it will be worth it, and we will recover and we will resave. I do think at one point he was thinking of doing a knife sale to help. I don't know if he's still going to do that or not. I should probably ask him about that. But with that said, I want that for him. I was able and fortunate to get new teeth, and I got help from somebody to be able in my family to be able to afford it. There's no way in hell I could have paid for it. So, but for him, we've got to pay for it, and we're doing it. The dentist has been kind of cool about breaking down payments and stuff like that. But to be able to get that for him would be great. You know what I mean? He didn't grow up where he was getting regular checkups and like doing the preventative care that kids need. So it goes way beyond just like drug issues or stuff like that. It kind of almost, to an extent wasn't his fault. We do have insurance, but insurance only works for, I think I got the extra premium, so I pay for it out of every check. and it covers like only like 2,500, which honestly got taken up just from fillings that he had to do. So now everything has to be out of pocket. We were supposed to wait till next year when the insurance renewed, but unfortunately, like there was an issue, and one of the teeth that got like jacked up is in the front, so like he needs to get it fixed. I'm not gonna have him walk around like feeling self-conscious about like having a fucked up tooth, like, you know. So I'm really glad we're doing it, but you know, fuck it, I can't buy a wallet over it. Oh well, right? Okay, I see a donation, and I did not mean to cause that, but Havoc, here's a little extra for his teeth. It's not much, I know, but I hope it helps. That is very, very sweet of you, but please, guys, I'm not trying to start donations for his teeth. That's so nice. But I literally was just saying it because right now we do have to really watch the money with knives. You know, obviously, you guys sending knives to Jared is what keeps him able to do it. Like, yeah, there's no buying knives right now. There's no buying anything. We better get this shit in check though before fall, because I have a couple games that I've been waiting for fucking years that are coming out, and I'm buying them. 1 minute knife review. I have a phobia. What's your phobia? Dental insurance needs to be revamped. I totally agree. It's like really weird how it's like, oh, you get this certain amount every year, and then when you use the amount, it's not like you can just like use all of it. You still have to pay a portion. Mine covers 80%, which is great, but it's still like the point that like, I don't know. Spanky, teeth are worth it. Yes, they are. Thank you for the donation. They are worth it. And it's teeth pain is a fucking nightmare. So I want to make sure that like he's good and not in pain and able to eat and all that stuff. So it's money causes struggle for fucking everything. Like it's just my life, right? I'm used to kind of not having money, so it's not really like that weird for me, I guess, to be tight on money. I'm just kind of used to living in that way of like telling myself no to buying things because I understand that I can't. And I think that's good, because if I was like spoiled, like I would be fucking like really unhappy about it. But because I'm just kind of used to not having money, it's just sort of, I don't know. It's like I'm really good at just being like, I don't need that. You know what I mean? My decision making skills and my frontal lobe here, they're really good at knowing when something is unnecessary in my life and that I shouldn't buy it, because the money doesn't exist, so I can't buy it. I have no choice. Okay, Medicare. OG Goblin says Medicare for all, including hearing, visual, and dental, are seriously needed in this country. Don't need middleman insurance reps and lobbyists. I have a very unique. Oh, this camera's a little bit out of focus, isn't it? I have very unique views regarding, maybe not unique, but you know, my own views regarding insurance in this country. I personally think that like socialized insurance would be bad for a lot of other reasons. I've known and heard people in countries that have it. Of course, you hear a lot of stuff about, oh, it's so great, but you also hear stuff like, for instance, there was this story I watched in Canada about it was a mom, and she was going on this show on behalf of her daughter because her daughter had something wrong with her leg. I don't remember what it was, but whatever it was, it took so long to get specialist appointments in Canada that she actually wound up getting to the point where she 9 months later had to amputate the leg because the appointments took so long. And the doctor said, had they, because they still have private healthcare in Canada. You just have to pay for it, but they also offer the free healthcare. But you can go to private doctors. They still exist there. They're just very expensive because there's no such thing as private insurance to get for it. Anyway, so they couldn't afford the private. They had to wait for public. And basically, she wound up getting the leg amputated because of the time she had to wait. If she had gotten in earlier, she wouldn't have lost her whole fucking leg. So, and there's a lot of stories like that, waiting months and months and months. Spanky waiting 6 months for an MRI. Yeah, stuff like that is not good. I also get frustrated by the insurance. Like the other week, I was having some health issues and I was considering going to the hospital, and I didn't go and was very upset and in tears simply because I can't afford the bill that's going to come in. And that's a shitty fucking feeling, let me tell you. When you get to that point where you feel like you need to go to the hospital, and let me tell you, I'm not a person who jumps up and goes to the hospital for anything. Some people go there for the flu. You know, I don't do that. The hospital is for emergencies in my mind. And I know urgent care exists and stuff like that, but all that shit still costs money. And there is nothing worse on this fucking planet than getting to that point where you're like, I need to go to the hospital, right? And it's scary because you're like, I gotta go. And you can't because you can't afford it. I don't like that either. That's equally as bad as the other situation. And I don't know what it is, but there's gotta be some sort of middle ground between the two. Where's Jared tonight? He is out with family, celebrating the 4th of July tonight. I'm here because I work early and I want him to be able to stay out all night and see his family. So I didn't tag along because I would have had to take a separate Uber back. That costs a bunch of money we don't have. So tonight he's hanging out with his family and I'm here with you guys. Tasha, it is the worst and we shouldn't have that as our system. Yeah, I know. There's got to be some sort of middle ground, but what I can say is that I definitely don't agree with the opposite. I don't agree with total free public shit usually goes bad. I also don't really want my health in control like in the hands of the government. You know, cuz then you'd be relying on the equipment and everything to be all provided, and I know for a fact that the government is in debt, disorganized. You know, I don't think I'd want that either. Insurance companies will bill you back to the Stone Age for ER visits unless you get admitted. Yeah, I know. I'm in collections for one currently. And it was the same situation. I did not want to go. I had to go. And at that time I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to deal with whatever bill I get. It wound up being $1,800 fucking dollars for nothing, by the way. And it's like, fuck, if I don't have the money, I don't have the money. I can't pay the damn bill, right? So it's really frustrating. Yeah, we need less government. We're enabling laziness. Yeah, I don't want to drag the government into my healthcare. I don't want to drag them into anything more than they need to exist for. So I know that sounds like private healthcare, but I just feel like there's got to be a better way. Yes. Oh, yeah. OG Goblin, thank you so much. I actually made a huge error in saying free healthcare, and I hate when people say that. Typically, I refer to it as socialized healthcare because it isn't free. Taxes do pay for the healthcare, and when people say free, it is a huge fumble of words because it's not fucking free. You pay more taxes. You know, I don't know if it comes out to more or less or whatever, but the point is that if you're paying taxes for your healthcare, that means you're paying for it whether you use it or not. So it's really similar to insurance in that way. I don't know how that, you know, comes out to be, but if I'm still paying something for it, but the healthcare is shit, then I don't really want it. You know what I mean? I don't know. At this day and age, I would rather probably have private over socialized, like if I had to pick one. But I don't know, because at the end of the day, I want to be able to walk in and get the care in a good way. So I don't know. It's a frustrating one for sure. Yeah, that move came from people using the ER like a primary care doctor. And what I will tell you is when you go into communities that are poor, when I've lived in communities that are poor and I've been poor, everybody goes to the ER. There's no such thing. They don't do, like, when you're living in certain neighborhoods, nobody does preventative care visits. Nobody does primary care visits. People go to the ER. They wait until it gets bad and they go to the ER, or they don't wait until it gets bad and they go to the ER. And the thing is that back in the day, those bills didn't used to affect your credit. So people went and they never paid them. Didn't affect your credit. I believe that changed when Obamacare came out. So now it is very complicated for people and frustrating. And at the end of the day, people in the poor communities, they're still going to probably not do primary care visits. They're like, government and everybody is trying so hard to, like, you know, give incentive for doing preventative care visits, and I definitely think that's the way to go because you can prevent a lot of ER visits, keep the ER emptier for things that don't need to be there. But yeah, it's definitely a complicated situation for sure. All right, guys, it's 9:10. I'm probably gonna end this soon here. Let's end it off with a some of these impossible decisions thing. And along the way, if you guys have any other random questions, things you want to talk about, feel free. I'm totally all in on the comments right now. This time is for you guys to interact, and let's do it. Okay. Okay, first question. Would you rather have no taste buds or be colorblind? I'm going to hit this off and say I would fucking absolutely take being colorblind over having no taste buds. Could you imagine not being able to taste stuff? I guess maybe it would make people lose more weight though. Like, you know what I mean? If you didn't care about taste, but man, if I couldn't taste coffee anymore or something, that would be so unsatisfying. Okay, let's see the answers here. All of you said colorblind. Yeah, because can women not be colorblind at all? I know that like they can be carriers and typically don't have it, but is it true that like they cannot? I'm gonna trust you, but I'm also gonna look it up because I really want to know. Can women be colorblind? It says the primary cause of color blindness is lack of light-sensitive pigments in the cones of the eye. The inherited condition affects mostly males, but females can also be colorblind. Okay, I guess they can. When have I steered you wrong, Kara? Right fucking now, because you were wrong. Excuse me. Kara, do you mind if I mention a GoFundMe? Absolutely not. What is said GoFundMe? What did I do? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna throw out another one here. Libertarians GoFundMe for his eyes. Wait, what? Okay. Would you rather be able to speak all the languages in the world or be able to talk to animals? Oh, you're saying that's a real thing. It's actually for... Oh, I'm reading the word wrong. I'm reading it as libertarian. That's why I'm so fucking confused. How do you say it? I went through this the other day because I always read it wrong. Libertarian. He has to get a prosthetic eye. Hey, I'm a moderator. Cool. Yeah, you know, Monster, I think it was about time. And, you know, I'm the master of the mod squad. And, you know, it's been a minute since I've been here. And I feel like we need a new moderator. And you know what? You pretty much do the damn fucking job anyway. So now that you're a moderator, you do have the ability to post links. I think you can just copy and paste it. Whatever, like if you go to the GoFundMe, I think you can just copy and paste the URL and put it right in the chat if you want. But I'm sure that seems logical, or Q1 Fiend could maybe help you out with that if they don't know. But I'm pretty sure you can just copy and paste. Havoc Zero, boom! Love your channel. Shout out 187 Infantry, and that is from Havoc Zero again. What a shock. Thanks for the donation again. Okay. Yes, you as a moderator, you can time out people and you can ban people. That way I don't have to necessarily focus on doing that while in the live. That is what you guys help me with. And just so you know, my one thing is that we do not ban, and I'm sure you've heard this before, we don't ban really for anything unless somebody is spamming the chat. right? Or doing something like absolutely just off the fucking wall insane. But you guys have been here before when we've had trolls and we just fucking deal with it. And like there was even that one time this guy was like trying so hard to troll the whole time, and then at the end he wound up like apologizing and saying that he like really liked our stream. So yeah, we're just not really about that. So don't kick people out just for being like a douchebag or like saying something dumb to me or whatever, but like or you know, but spamming the chat makes it unusable for everybody else. So that's like a for sure ban. But yeah, I think you deserve it. I threw you in the mod squad. Enjoy, but don't fuck around or I'll fire you. Being inappropriate with Kara. Yeah, we don't really ban for that either. We just kind of laugh at it, to be honest with you. Our whole like thing with that, with comments and all that stuff, even if it's at me, which has been pretty minimal because people they don't really get a reaction from us, and I feel like trolls expect to get timeouted and banned and stuff like that, and when you don't do it, it kind of just it makes it pointless for them. Now, spamming is different because that's the thing they're doing and it fucks up the chat. So like that's an automatic like get the fuck out of here. But you know, as far as like really anything else, we just kind of ignore it. And it is kind of funnier that way because I think people expect the attention and we don't give it to them. And giving someone a timeout gives them the attention in a sense. So, you know, like if it's getting really, really fucked up, like obviously we trust you guys to make the decisions, which is why you're the mods. Okay. I got another one for you guys. Oh, wait. I don't remember the animal thing. Okay, wait. Did anyone even answer that? Yeah, you guys. Some of you guys did. Animals. Goblin said animals. Me with knife said speak other languages. If I could pick speaking all the languages in the world or talking to animals, I'd pick the animals because I feel like languages and stuff like you could learn, but speaking to animals is a fucking superpower basically, and that's pretty damn cool. This is a really unique and interesting one. Would you rather only be able to use a teaspoon to eat or only a fork? I don't know. A teaspoon would be fucking irritating, but at the same time, like a fork, anything like soup is out the window. I don't really like soup though. Havoc! Spamming with my money is okay though, right? Yeah, that's the one exception. Because I mean, if you're gonna pay to spam, you're also paying to support the channel at that point, so we'll let it slide. Monster Raising. I cannot find the link. Backpack B has a video called An Eye for Sal. That has it in the description, the GoFundMe link. Okay, so yeah, guys, if you want to go check out Backpack B's video, An Eye for Sale, it looks like Monster Racing said the link is in the description. Please go check that out. Donate to the GoFundMe. Anybody in this community or anybody at all, we always support. We come together. We do shit for people. That's one of the cool things about this community. And I absolutely think you guys should go check that out. Okay. Seems logical. Neither is not a fucking answer, okay? Listen, guys, when we do would you rathers, you can't say neither. That's a cop-out. Neither the fork or the teaspoon helps me. Oh, I read that wrong. I read it like you put a comma. You said neither the fork or the teaspoon helps me eat bagels. Now I feel bad for yelling at you. I'm sorry. Yeah, I guess you still have hands too, but I'm caught up with the chat, but I'm seeing fork before I hear Kara ask the question, what the fuck? It's a sorcery. Yeah, but neither helps me put cream cheese on my bagel or cut it neatly in half. You could flip either utensil around and use the back side like the handle is a butter knife. I've actually had to do that before. Tyler, just bought a Shurgoff F3 NS Bronze this morning. Yay, just spent all my paycheck I got yesterday. Well, you know what? That is amazing. I don't know that it's amazing you spent your whole paycheck, but I'm sure you are fucking excited. Shurgoffs, which is how I pronounce it, don't make fun of me, are fucking dope. Like, holy fuck dope. The only thing that I've ever liked in the realm of that sort of knife more than Shurgoff is North Arm Scott Hobbit, like obviously, right? I love ham and pineapple. I'm hungry as shit. I'm gonna have to end this in a few minutes because I'm fucking starving. Okay. Would you rather never eat another hot meal or never take another hot shower? And let's just preface and say if you pick the meal that you wouldn't be like hungry ever again, you would just miss taste. Let's like play it like that. Hollywood, good to see you, Kara. I've been way too busy to catch any of your lives for the past several months. Hey, me too. What a coincidence. Hot meal. Really? So you, Goblin, would rather not miss having like that feeling of a hot shower. Yeah, I mean, I guess I kind of agree because like that feeling of feeling dirty and like wanting a shower, that would suck. That would suck. I don't know though. When they say it missing a hot meal, maybe that just means like a hot meal, but you can still have like snacks and shit. So maybe I would pick a hot meal. Yeah, a lot of you are saying hot meal. I can totally understand that. Like if they mean hot meal as in like you still get to eat other shit. Kara, what line of work are you in if you don't mind me asking? I am a motherfucking coffee master, bitch. That's right. That is a real thing. I am a coffee master for Starbucks, which basically means I went to school to learn all the pretentious bullshit about coffee, which I love, and I manage a store. So I manage a Starbucks, and I enjoy it. It is fucking stressful, but I love it, and I enjoy, connecting with all the people, and I really enjoy getting to, promote the brand. I think that there's a lot more to Starbucks than what people initially see, and I do think that they maybe have lost some of their Italian coffee shop charm that they were originally trying to emulate back when they opened and started rolling. But when you look into the sourcing of their coffee and some of the things, it's less fast foody than people do realize compared to like Dunkin' Donuts and other things. And I definitely enjoy being a part of something that is more of a craft than it is button pushing. And I did work at Dunkin' Donuts for a little while too, and I can tell you that shit is button pushing. That is fast food, like all day long. But yeah, I'm a coffee master. I am a store manager for Starbucks. Yeah. Okay. I'm from Seattle and I love coffee. Starbucks employees have the best customer service. Yeah, but you know what's fucking weird is I've been into some Starbucks and I've heard this from like some of my guests as well, that there's been like a lot of complaints about various stores just having rude ass people. Like where they're almost like they almost seem like they're burdened to be making your coffee that you just paid $6 for. Which I hate that. I hate that. We don't do that. At my store. Okay, do you ever run into people who are knife people? I do. I stare at people's pockets and see if I see knife clips and purposely try to start conversations. It's always the worst when you do that on a whim and then they pull out some like shit ass Milwaukee knife and you're like, "Oh, sorry. I thought you had a knife in your pocket, not a piece of shit." And then you feel awkward, but I have found another way that I find people is like when like people are carrying like those ridge wallets, like I'll look at their wallets and try to figure out if they're into EDC and stuff like that. But to this day, I've never found anyone that like truly knew. There's one guy that worked in the Target that I'm in, and he is a knife person. He actually wound up doing Jared wound up doing some sharpening jobs for him. So that was like one person. But as far as like actual customers go, I don't think I found anyone who's like legit, like really into it. That's very cool. I'm sure kick ass at your job. I'll take a grande quad shot ice smoke with non-fat, no whip, extra chocolate, please. Grande normally comes with 4 pumps, so you wind up getting 6. You get that quad shot to even that shit out. Non-fat, no whip. Okay. I can't do the non-fat milk, man. I like that shit fattened up. My drink that I get at Starbucks currently is I get 4 shots of espresso straight up on ice with a couple bumps of brown sugar, 1 pump of white mocha, and a touch of heavy cream on top. It's very strong, it's very rich, and it's fucking delicious. Do you get recognized at work for the YouTube channel? I have gotten recognized at work for the YouTube channel, but not in the way you think. It's more because somebody may know my real name in real life and look me up and then find it and then come back and be like, what the fuck? But like, you have you're on YouTube. Like, I've had that sort of thing happen, but I haven't had it where like a random person that actually watches the channel winds up stepping in and seeing me. There is somebody that once upon a time commented and said he lived in the same town as us. We've had a couple other people close by, but no like random encounters in that way. That would be weird though. um, I've been carrying the NEEVE'S Stop wallet covered in green. I'm not sure I know what that wallet is. Yeah, and white chocolate mochas are good, but I never get them like straight up white mocha. I usually do like a different flavor with like one pump of white mocha added to it. It always kind of accentuates other flavors well. A little tip, if you guys don't know, unfortunately this doesn't work for the white mocha, but for like our other flavors like vanilla, toffee nut, hazelnut, caramel, cinnamon dolce, stuff like that. A lot of people don't know this, but you can actually buy our syrups from us, like in the bottles, and we'll give you the pump. Those large bottles we use are like $13. That's how I make coffee at home. That's so fucking bomb. It's because I buy the syrup and I bring it home. I have an espresso machine. I can damn near make Starbucks drinks at my house. So it's a little known fact. But purchasing the syrups from a Starbucks completely hinders on if they actually have enough stock. So if you come in and ask me for a bottle of vanilla, but I don't feel like I have enough vanilla to make it until my next order, I don't have to sell it to you. But like 9 times out of 10, that's not going to be the issue. So it's more of a like, hey, do you guys have one to spare? And if they do, they'll sell it. Seems logical. If I'm in Illinois, I'll stop by and say hi, but I probably won't be in Illinois in the foreseeable future. What would you recommend someone get from Starbucks if they don't drink coffee? If you don't drink coffee, but you want the caffeine from coffee, one of the most popular and obvious options would be a refresher. A refresher is something that basically people think it's tea. It's not tea. It's a lot richer in flavor than tea is. It's more of a juice, but it's a juice that's infused with green coffee bean extract, which is basically when the coffee bean has not been roasted yet, but it gets extracted, which means it contains all of its caffeine, all of its natural antioxidants. There's some other things in it that are very energizing along with the caffeine. So when you drink a refresher, even if you're used to caffeine, you may feel jittery or like really energized after having it compared to coffee. It does not taste like coffee whatsoever. We have a strawberry one, mango dragon fruit, kiwi star fruit, and we do have a very berry hibiscus one, but I think it's being temporarily discontinued because there's a nationwide shortage, and we have to temporarily discontinue certain items to make room for more popular ones on the production line. So if you go to Starbucks, there's a lot of outages right now, but there's still a lot of things in stock. Refreshers, though, is one of the first options I always recommend to people that don't like coffee, because it actually is coffee. It just doesn't taste like it at all. Another thing would obviously be the iced teas. You can also do frappuccinos, like the blended drinks without coffee in them. We can take caffeine or coffee out of pretty much all of them. So that's another option. And they still taste good. You normally get green tea from Starbucks. That's one of the things that's in the outages right now. Like a lot of stores are out of it. It sucks. Cue ball. I fresh grinded medium roast by 8 o'clock coffee. I brewed every morning and drink it straight black. Love it. Brandon, I would be down for a live with just coffee knowledge done from Kara. There was one live where at the beginning of it, I showed exactly how I make the iced coffee that I used to make Jared all the time on here. I'm sure it's back in the archives somewhere, but I show exactly how I do it. These days I do it different now because I have an espresso machine. My mom loves the dragon fruit refresher. Yeah, refreshers are so popular. It seems logical. I'm with you on the caffeine thing. I take I take medicine that makes me very sleepy or sedated, and the caffeine just straight does not affect me because of the medicine I take. I used to be hypersensitive to caffeine and like couldn't handle it. Hey, Carol, long time. I know it has been a minute. But on that note, wait, now you have a friend in the coffee business? Wait, what? Who said that we're in a coffee business? Who did that? I didn't see anyone say that. Maybe I'm stupid. Unless you're talking about yourself, I don't know what's happening. Okay. Monster racing. I have to go going in a minute. Got to bring my son to fireworks so he can meet his friends down there. Been trying to stay as long as possible, but they start in a few minutes. Yeah, guys, we're gonna wrap this shit up. Thank you for everyone who stayed with me and loved me and donated and talked to me. Today I actually carried the honey badger. I was running late and just grabbed that bitch. I don't have it on me right this second. Oh yeah, I do. I carried the honey badger. I bought it with a customized backspacer. You can get them from westernactive.com direct, and you can like buy it with a different backspacer. So I got it with a pink and the green, and it is the small size regular drop point, and it's great. I love it. It's totally worth the fucking money. All right, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I'm so hungry. I love you guys. Happy 4th of July. Happy coming to this live. I am out. I'm gonna go eat. I fucking love you guys so much. Bye. Damn it, I didn't click it. Now this is awkward. I was trying to end on that and be cool. It didn't work. Bye. Oh wait, shit, you gotta hit it again? Okay, bye.